You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, it seems like everybody wants everybody to be mad at Deion Sanders. And, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, is it the natural progression of college football, particularly, for coaches to continuously try to graduate to bigger and better programs? Because the fact is, Deion Sanders won't ultimately stay at Colorado, right? We know eventually he's got his sights set on most likely Florida State. Okay, I'm sure that's got to be in the back of his mind. Florida State at some point, right? And even at that, I don't know that he would stay at Florida State. Because ultimately, and Jerry Jones come out and said this, ultimately he thinks he's gonna be an NFL head coach one day. And Deion probably will. Okay, but everybody's gotten mad. We had Bomani Jones, who works for ESPN, that threw a little fit, acting like Deion betrayed black people because Deion was coaching at Jackson State. The fact is, whether Deion leaves or not, all Deion did was elevate Jackson State. He did, as an overall program. Sure he did. He elevated it, and it'll stay elevated going forward as one of the better programs to go to. But because it's one of the historically black colleges, he's taken a lot of heat for going to Colorado. Colorado's a Power 5. It's not a great job, but it's a Power 5 school, right? Well, it seems that Jackson State players, they're not even mad at Deion. In fact, they're defending their coach. I mean, come on. They know that their coach was eventually going to move on. I think we all knew it. At least, if you know anything about college football, you knew it. Jackson State players aren't mad that Deion packed his bags and left to take the Colorado job. This is Outkick, David Hookstead. Sanders left JSU after a trio of successful seasons and is now a head coach in the Pac-12. Again, standard operating natural progression here. While the college football world is very excited to see how all this plays out, not everyone seems super pumped. When's the last time you can say you even thought about watching a University of Colorado game? And I guarantee you I'm going to look around next year and see when they're coming on just because of Deion. I mean, that's just being honest. Okay, that's the power of Deion Sanders. That's the power of an NFL all-time great NFL Hall of Famer. For example, Bomani Jones, claimed that Deion, quote, sold a dream and then walked out on the dream when he left the Tigers. That is such bullshit. I mean, that's a completely awful take. I mean, again, everybody knew that Deion was using that school as a stepping stone. And while using it as a stepping stone, that school became really damn good. For what it was, it became really damn good. And that's on Deion. Okay? And his players know that. His players are more mature than people like Bomani Jones. In a great piece from Complex, multiple members of Jackson State Tigers team were interviewed about their thoughts on Deion Sanders leaving. To the shock of nobody paying attention, the players were happy to see Sanders move on to a Power 5 at a state flagship university. Jackson State players defend Deion Sanders. Quote, I'm not mad at Coach Prime for doing what he did because at the end of the day, you got to evolve. You got to elevate. Bravo for that comment. He said, look, y'all, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and I believe him. He said it's not because of the decision that I'm making. It's because of the decision all of you guys have to make when I'm gone, and that's what stresses me out the most. That hit me. I'm not mad at my head coach. Coach Prime didn't use Jackson State. He had to elevate. If Coach Prime left 10 years from now, people would probably still bash him. Of course they would. Geronte Davis explained in part to the publication when talking about how he views Deion Sanders leaving and some backlash. Jason Mercier echoed Davis' thoughts and told Complex he did it for a good reason. From my opinion, it was a great decision he made. I feel like social media has been wrong to do that in the first place. They shouldn't be bad-talking him. He did a lot to get this far. Deion Sanders done a phenomenal job coaching. He truly has. Quote, I just think people need to see the positive instead of harping on the negative. Coach Prime is a great dude. People don't understand how he thinks because he's just that guy. One thing Coach Prime tells us all the time is that he's loyal to winning. He benched Silas Sanders numerous times. His own blood. Man, that proves a point. His loyalty is winning. The bashing on Coach Prime is crazy to me. Isaiah Bolden said when explaining his view of the situation, in life, you have to do what's best for you. As Sanders told his players when he left, you either get elevated or terminated in coaching. That's a fact. That's a great line. Sanders chose to elevate to the Pac-12. Clearly, his players are 100% supportive of the move, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it seems like so many people have tried to come after Deion over this move. And look, how long do I give him at Colorado? 2 years. Okay, 2 years. And that's nothing against Colorado, but somebody else will come calling that will once again, he will look to elevate. All right, we don't know what he can do with Colorado. It's going to be a tough go. But if he goes there and wins 6 games his first year, and his second year wins maybe 8 or 9, he's going to get a call for a yet better job. And after that, there'll be yet a better job. If you're paying attention, look, there's only a few, very few jobs that are not considered a step up here and a step up there. It's going to be Bama, it's going to be Georgia, it's going to be LSU, Michigan, Ohio State, USC. That's it. Maybe University of Texas. I was going to say Oklahoma, but Lincoln Riley proved that's not true. USC's a bigger job than Oklahoma. Sorry, not sorry. I didn't even realize that so much until Lincoln left, But, yeah, it is what it is. Now, most guys probably wouldn't leave Oklahoma, but he did, and it's because it was USC, right? NFL powerhouse, NFL factory out there. Same kind of thing. It'll be the same kind of thing for Deion. He will look to graduate, and that's what coaches do. He will look to graduate to a bigger program after 2 or 3 years with Colorado if he has success. And if he moves on, let's say he takes Ole Miss, okay? Or some kind of mid-level job like that. And I understand it's SEC, it's a big program, but you get the point. It's not one of the programs I just named off. Let's say he goes to Ole Miss, wins 10 games, three years in a row. Well, somebody bigger is going to come calling. Okay, I still think probably his ultimate job would be Florida State. I still have never quite understood Jimbo Fisher leaving Florida State for Texas A&M because at the very least I saw it as a lateral move. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 fans. His players, Deion's players are more mature than people like Bomani Jones, who's bashing Deion. I think Deion's doing the right thing. This is where we are with coaching. Plain and simple, especially in college football. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.